Now, an Orkney actor is taken to the stage with 6 performances at the Edinburgh Fringe this week. Danny Drever for Kirkwall is one of 3 actors staging CQD to SOS, a Titanic story, described as a well-constructed and engaging piece of theatre. Rob Flett's been in Edinburgh where he caught up with the play's writer Oliver Giggins and Danny, who plays a wireless operator.
I started in about 2011 and I joined the West End Theatre Group, and we did a few different productions, Annie, Oliver, Sound of Music, and then I just kind of continued on studying drama at school, and then went away and studied a HND in technical theatre because I'm big into my tech side of things, and then went and did a degree in drama theatre performance, and since then I've just been doing bits and pieces here and there and writing and directing as well.
And that's taken you to the Fringe here in Edinburgh, the biggest festival in the world. So tell us about the play that you're in.
So it's called CQD to SOS, a Titanic story. It is about the wireless operators of the Titanic and the Carpathia. It's all set within the wireless rooms between the 2 ships. It takes place from the 13th of April, which is the day before the striking of the iceberg. That's when the radio set had actually broken, and they had to repair it themselves, which was against the rules. And then obviously, thankfully they did, because otherwise they would have been in a lot of more trouble had they not fixed it.
And obviously it's a very, very famous story, and Oliver Giggins, you're the writer and director of this performance. I mean, this story's about the Titanic, but there are about another 5 or 6 stories about the Titanic just here being performed at this Fringe. How do you make a show stand out so that Danny here actually has folk in the audience to perform to?
I was obsessed with the Titanic as a child, and then I think during COVID a lot of us rediscovered some of our youthful obsessions, and I rediscovered my obsession with the Titanic. And so I spent years thinking, I want to do something about the crew, because a lot of people, obviously, they think about the first class passengers, all the luxury there, the third class passengers. So many of them died, and they all had these hopes of starting a new life in America, and they'd put so much money into trying to get there. But the highest percentage of people who died were the crew, people who were just working and basically just ended up on the worst shift of their lives. I was mulling over a few stories, and one of them was about what happened in the boiler rooms 5 and 6, and the other one was thinking about the radio operators on Titanic and Carpathia, because there's the whole other side as well. Carpathia ship that's over 50 miles away, and just at the drop of a hat goes for full speed into a very dangerous area that was already sunk one ship trying to help, even though they are probably going to get there too late. And I found all of this fascinating. And then it was, I think a couple of years ago, I discovered there was a Fringe show about Boiler Room 6, and I went to see it, and it was really well done. It's a really good show.
And Danny, you're here in your character's uniform. Thankfully, the man that you're playing, he survived. A positive end to that story. How do you hope there's going to be a positive end to your story with your first show?
Well, I think because a lot of people have an interest in Titanic, it certainly helps put bums on seats. We certainly find that during the fly ring and stuff, a lot of people are interested. They want to speak to us and ask us about what it's about and learn more about what we're doing, how we're maybe doing it differently, because obviously they know how it ends, but they don't quite know the story of the men that were there. Quite often in different adaptations, the wireless rooms just sort of glossed over a little bit. You get a little glimpse to what's going on, but this is the first piece that actually really lets you in on what was going on at the heart of the action. It was thanks to them that they got help at the end of the day. So I think that's the real draw into it. So I think we're just hoping that it pulls people in. They want to know about them. They want to learn more about it and fuel their obsession as much as it fuels our obsession.
How much would you hope to maybe one day even bring the show up to Orkney?
Oh, very much so. It's definitely already crossed my mind that we might make our way up there at some point. If we can get the funds and the support and everything, I think it's definitely something that I don't think we would rule out.
Danny Drever performing at the Edinburgh Fringe this week, and if you're in the capital, search for tickets online at edfringe.com.